Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday morning. Happy Tuesday. How's everybody hanging in out there? It's Rachel from Charlotte Behavioral Health, jumping on again to talk about mental wellness and to provide you some insights and some little tidbits to think about now and then to help you get through this and maybe even improve your overall wellness in life. So, last week I talked about self-compassion and I gave you my list of things that I would recommend doing for self-care during the quarantine and having to be at home and having things be turned upside down. And today I wanted to dig into the idea of self-compassion a little bit more. It's a complicated, multi-level issue that is difficult to discuss in a brief video. But there are some pieces that we can talk about briefly to kind of build on one another that will also stand alone in each video. So today I want to talk about how feelings are not fact and how we relate to our own feelings has a big impact on how compassionate we are able to be with ourselves. So, for example, if you do something that you feel embarrassed about or you think you should have done better, you feel bad about it, you might have a lot of self-talk. And that self-talk could sound like, you're stupid, you should have known better, you should have done this, you should have done that, you're horrible at this, you shouldn't try it again. And so the emotion of shame builds upon itself and turns into something that is a lot bigger than what it probably was. So for example, I'll use myself doing these videos. I review it and I watch myself and I think, oh gosh, I should have done this, I should have done that. And then I get to the point where I feel paralyzed and unable to make future videos because I'm so critical of myself and I don't want to experience the emotion of shame or embarrassment. So a more compassionate approach would be to use feelings as information. Again, feelings are not facts. They give us information about our life. And if we can step back and objectively look at how we're feeling, they give us a lot of information. So, using myself as an example again, making these videos, I can improve upon what I did that I didn't like instead of beating myself up. And that takes a lot of self-control in terms of how you think about things. And what we know is how you think impacts how you feel, and how you feel impacts how you behave, and those things are very intertwined. So going back to the idea of having self-compassion. Self-compassion increases resilience, it increases overall mental health and improves your relationships with other people, and really starts with understanding and approaching your emotions without being overly attached to them and seeing them as information. So how do you help yourself do that? And some of the other videos I've done, I've given you some skills that you can do, such as the square breath to try to bring yourself back into your body, and also the skill of the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to engage your senses and bring yourself back into your body. And that's one of the first steps in terms of monitoring and relating to your emotions in a healthy way. Is you just don't hop on the train. You don't hop on the feeling train to somewhere where your thoughts lead you to feel even worse than you did in the beginning. And one of the reasons I think this is an important topic, especially right now, is because many of us use hyperfunctioning, overfunctioning to make sure that we don't feel, to avoid feelings. And that works a lot of the time. It might not necessarily be the healthiest approach or give you the best quality of life, but it does help a person manage when they don't want to feel feelings that are underneath the surface. So now people may be feeling a lot of things that they didn't ever feel before because life has slowed down, and things could be coming up for you that are really challenging, and you're asking yourself, where did this come from? And I just want to reassure you that it's completely normal. When we stop over-functioning and hyper-functioning and the busyness of our lives decreases, it gives our brains an opportunity to feel things that we normally are able to kind of push away through the act of being overly productive and busy. And so I know a lot of people talk about maybe this period of time will help us relate to one another in a better way and have better relationships and learn how to be together instead of always on our devices. And I guess I would challenge that and take it one step further, in that this is also a time where we can learn to relate to ourselves better by really looking at our feelings as information, again, instead of fact, and seeing what that information really means. And also challenging some of the thoughts that you might have around your feelings, because they're kind of like a weather report, and weather reports aren't always true. Again, feelings are not facts, they're information. So I wanted to check in with you just in terms of how you're doing on that. If you have any questions about that, please let me know, put them in the comments. Charlotte Behavioral Health has the warm line where you can reach out if you need some connection. If you're isolated, again, that number is 941-979-0796. And we are also starting a teen group, and the information for that will be via Zoom. The information for that will be on our Facebook page and be posted shortly about how to access that if you have teenagers in your house that might want to connect with some other teens and process some of what's going on in the world. That will be offered by one of our clinicians. So looking forward to that. Again, reminding yourself that feelings are not fact, and that how we talk to ourselves about feelings is really an act of compassion and an act of self-love. And having gentle approaches to the way we feel is a really important thing in terms of mental health. And if you want more resources, if you want reading to do about this topic, please call. I can connect you with lots of different resources about the science behind this and other ways to improve your mental health for the long term, not just during this period of time where we're dealing with a virus, but for the long term. And we are here to help. If you need ongoing care, ongoing therapy, treatment, we are here to help and to support you get through that. Again, we're a community and we're all in this together in the end. And I will probably see you guys again on Thursday. I hope you all have a wonderful couple of days and that you're able to embrace the idea of having compassion for yourself and understanding why it's important. Again, please bring me questions, any input you have, or anything that you'd like to hear on these Facebook Live videos. I'm open to it and would love input. So take care, everybody. Have a wonderful few days, and I will see you Thursday. Bye.